Yesterday, the first of what may be many secret recordings of Tucker Carlson was published, leaked exclusively to Media Matters, the George Soros-funded smear machine. And I'll play the clip in just a moment. As I said last week, any of the recordings, if they get leaked, are only going to make Tucker look cooler.
I don't want to be a slave to Fox Nation, which I don't think that many people watch anyway. We're gonna because I'm like a representative of the American media now. Speaking to an exile in Romania and welcoming him back into the Brotherhood of Journalists.
Okay, he's being sarcastic there and extremely passive-aggressive.
Yeah, it would help us out if you wore a sweater, though, because we asked him not to wear a suit. Like, he was panicking about it and said, you don't have to. Tucker's going to be looking casual. That's just how our show looks. Is that okay?
I mean, this is airing on the nighttime show, and I want it to look official. I don't want it to be like bro talk. And I, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the majority of it, like if we go like 45 minutes, it's going to be for Fox Nation.
But nobody's going to watch it on Fox Nation. Nobody watches Fox Nation because the site sucks. So I'd really like to just dump the whole thing on YouTube. But anyway, that's just my view. I'm just frustrated with it's hard to use that site. I don't know why they're not fixing it. It's driving me insane. And they're like making like Lifetime movies, but they don't work on the infrastructure of the site. Like what? It's crazy, and it drives me crazy because it's like we're doing all this extra work and no one can find it. It's unbelievable, actually. I don't know who runs that site.
We're going to play a sizable chunk on the show tomorrow night. That's the plan. And then what it's going to do is drive a lot of people to watch this on Fox Nation. It's going to be a great help to what we're doing over there on TV today.
I know, but we're doing our part. We're like working like animals to produce all this content, and the people in charge of it, whoever that guy's, whatever his name is, like they're ignoring the fact that the site doesn't work. And I think it's like a betrayal of our efforts. That's how I feel. So of course, I resent it.
This could have been leaked by a Tucker loyalist to further pile on the pain to Fox News, since they've lost about half of their viewers during his time slot. Or it could have just been another producer like Abby Grossberg, who is trying to sue the network and complains that it was a hostile work environment over there in order to further pile on to Fox News' problems. But either way, thank you, whoever leaked this footage, because it's fantastic. The Tucker firing fallout is going to continue for the foreseeable future, and however the liberal media tries to spin it, they're going to look like complete morons. Like the clowns over at Radar Online, who just published this exclusive yesterday. His reputation is in tatters. Tucker Carlson's career in turmoil after Fox News firing, as no major networks will touch him. I think you mean he won't touch any major networks. There is no amount of money that ABC, NBC, CBS, any of the brand name networks could pay him to work for them. Newsmax, on the other hand, whose ratings have tripled or almost tripled since the Fox News debacle, obviously wants him to come and work for the network, and he may. And part of their enticement to get him to join isn't just offering him his own show, but they're offering him basically control over the entire network. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ, and I know TMZ is a gossip network, but they actually do have some very good sources, say that the news channel is doing everything they can to sweeten the deal for Tucker to come aboard, including floating the idea of letting him program the whole channel, not just his own show. And in his video statement that he posted on Twitter, where he first broke his silence, not directly addressing the situation, but just kind of giving a general assessment about the news business, is up to 23.5 million views. So that's over 7 times more viewers than his show in prime time on Fox News. This from the Washington Compost. Fox News is bleeding viewers at 8 p.m. Eastern after ousting Tucker Carlson, who averaged about 3 million viewers a night. And now with the fill-in hosts, it's about half that. This week, they decided to put Marblemouth Lawrence Jones in there for some diversity. So I'm sure that those numbers are going to drop even more. And you know that Sean Hannity celebrated Tucker being fired. They're not very happy about the unforeseen consequences of losing half of the network's viewers, obviously. But Sean Hannity's a company man. You can see he proudly wears his Operation Mockingbird CIA pin there, and didn't like the messages that Tucker was putting out there for the public. Here's Tucker handing off to Sean, whose show followed his, after going on a rant about how Amazon made tons of money during the COVID lockdowns, while average mom and pop stores who were forced to close got financially crippled.
Sean Hannity takes over from New York.
People can make money. They provide goods and services people want, need, and desire. That's America. It's called freedom, capitalism, and as long as it's honest, right? People decide. All right, Tucker, great show. Welcome to Hannity. This is now.
Look at Tucker's disdain for that establishment shill. And at the end of the month, right around the time when the Bilderberg Group is meeting, I'm going to post my annual Bilderberg in-depth expose, in case you haven't seen it over the past few years. And in that video, I'm going to include one of my many phone calls that I made to Sean Hannity back in the day, asking him to address the Bilderberg Group, where the man who pretends to be an expert on the deep state and a political genius just plays dumb and really doesn't want to address the real deep state. This is what Fox News has become, and without a dissenting voice, it's only going to get worse. In case you missed it, this was a promo that Fox News aired last year. Of course, I reported on it at the time, because I'm one of the few conservatives who will call out our own side when they start veering too far left.
Celebrate Pride Month with Fox News. Meet important voices of the LGBTQ+ community and go inside their incredible contributions. Part of America Together on Fox News.
But wait, there's more.
Pride Month continues as we highlight the story of Rylan Whittington, whose journey of transitioning at age 5 has been seen by 7 million people in a family YouTube video. Brian Yanis has the story about that family that hopes their experience can help others. Watch.
That's Dana Perino, by the way, who worked as George W. Bush's press secretary, chief liar, during the end of his second term, who was literally a mouthpiece for the Bush crime family. So I've been watching Newsmax for the last week, ever since Fox News made their big blunder. And at the same time slot, when Tucker's show was airing, is a great show by Eric Bolling. And I never paid much attention to Newsmax. I knew that they existed, but I gotta say I'm quite impressed. And when I urged people to dump Fox News for Newsmax last week after first discovering what a great show he had, they played that clip on Newsmax. So thanks for watching, guys. But no offense, Eric, I think Greg Kelly might be my favorite host over there. He is a little crazy, like me. Here he is denouncing George W. Bush for having a good laugh with his friends in the mainstream media who helped sell his weapons of mass destruction hoax, leading us to the war in Iraq.
Making light of it, making fun of the worst mistake in American history.
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Nope, no weapons over there. Maybe under here.
Not funny. It's outrageous. And now he has the nerve to wag his finger at MAGA and call us nativists. And, well, he looks down on us because, well, he's a snob.
So obviously the contrast between Fox News and Newsmax is quite clear. And I know where I'll be tuning in from now on. Things are getting a little tough for the establishment shills. Vice is reportedly preparing to file for bankruptcy. That's the same media company that got a $250 million donation, an investment, as they say. It was a donation, just a few years ago from none other than George Soros, who just funds anything that undermines the United States and tears apart our social fabric. Another thing you're not supposed to talk about on Fox News, remember when they scolded Newt Gingrich for pointing out the fact that George Soros funded district attorneys just let criminals loose, not even charging them, dropping the charges, or lowering them from felonies down to misdemeanors in order to keep them on the streets? And you're not going to believe this next story, but it is true. Because CNN is under new ownership and they're trying to rehabilitate the brand, trying to restore credibility to the network, which is about as ridiculous as trying to restore credibility to Jussie Smollett. But anyway, they just announced this.
Just into CNN, former President Donald Trump will participate in a CNN presidential town hall next week. The former president will take questions from New Hampshire Republicans and undeclared voters who do plan to vote in the 2024 GOP presidential primary. CNN This Morning anchor Caitlin Collins will moderate the May 10th town hall at St. Anselm College at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Stay with CNN News Central.
Look at how upset he is. He is literally biting his lip, which is a nonverbal gesture when you're trying to stop yourself from saying something so that you don't get into trouble. This is going to be fantastic. Certain people, like President Trump, thrive under pressure. And so he's going into the lion's den for a full hour. What regular viewers the Clown News Network still has are very upset about this, like this one who says, "This is absolutely ridiculous. There is no reason to give the biggest pathological liar in politics a platform to spread his lies." Former MSNBC anchor turned crazy cat man Keith Olbermann is extremely upset.
The transformation of CNN into a journalistic house is now complete. Network President Chris Licht not only hands Trump a free hour of live propaganda dressed up as a town hall, but the only questions will come from voters in the New Hampshire Republican primary, the ones who believe Trump won the election.
Fantastic! And you know what else is great? My new Wanted for President shirt, which you should order from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. I designed it to look like one of those old-fashioned wanted posters, so it has that cool distressed look. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out!